Welcome to the WeCare podcast. I'm Jordan Vaughn, nurse practitioner of WeCare Health and Wellness.
And I'm Molly Cooey, RN.
Today, we are going to start by talking a little bit about the WeCare story and where it started and how we came about.
Jordan, what first inspired you to start WeCare?
So my first initial reason I wanted to start WeCare is more for a personal touch. I felt that when I was in the emergency department and when I was in the urgent care, that we really lacked that personalized touch in healthcare. We were more treating numbers. We were treating more what the textbook said, and I felt like I wanted more individualized care, and that was the initial, I need to do something, and that's kind of the goal for WeCare, was
to have a more personal touch.
A more personal touch, yeah.
I love that. I do have to ask, though, what made you decide to open what WeCare is now in Rockmart, Georgia, which is not your typical starting place that you would think of for this kind of a health and wellness journey?
Yes. So Rockmart is my hometown. I am born and raised in Rockmart, Georgia. So that is the reason I chose Rockmart. We actually found a small little building come up for rent, and John, my husband, was just like, hey, I know you've talked about having your own practice. We should do this, and we should do this now. You'll never get a building like this again. And obviously my first answer was, no, you're crazy. We can't do that. But that's why I chose Rockmart. I knew that our community needed a little more. There's only one office for primary care. And again, it's more corporate. There's only a couple of places that you can go that are even in the beauty industry. And there is absolutely no aesthetic places anywhere near. In Rome, you would have to go to dermatology or plastic, something like that. So right. I just felt like it was the perfect opportunity.
Right. Were there any other gaps that you saw in traditional healthcare that you wanted to fill?
Yes. I feel traditional healthcare is more of like a reactive healthcare. You have patients coming in for heart attacks or strokes or things that could have been prevented if you would have seen them on the front end and had more of a preventative approach, or just listening to the person when they first started crying for help instead of waiting until they're on the bed to help them. Wow. So that was another gap that I saw that I really wanted to fill in traditional healthcare. I wanted to help people as a whole and bring them in to maybe just have that consult, listen to what symptoms they're having, see if we can get to the root cause of that symptom that they're having before they actually lay down on that hospital bed and, they're having a STEMI or they're having a stroke. I feel like that we have helped save a lot of people just by listening to that. I'm tired. I don't feel good. Something's wrong. And when we do those labs here, I just feel like we changed so many lives.
It is difficult, I feel like, to be involved in corporate healthcare sometimes, where there's so many check boxes that have to be marked for insurance purposes, things like that. And then 15-minute time slots for appointments, and things will feel very rushed. Yes. So it is nice to know that patients are able to come see you and even come see me. And I feel like we're able to take our time and really address issues that need to be talked about.
We love giving the patients an hour so that we can get to know them and who they are as a person. Right. Not necessarily just bring them in the door just to hurry up and get, a lab. We can actually talk to them, know who their husband is, know who their kids are, know their faith, know everything about them as a person, so that we can really make a holistic care approach for that patient.
How did faith and family influence your vision for the practice?
So I feel that you all know that faith is my foundation, and that's definitely what I want to bring into our community and WeCare and our staff and everybody. I have a strong foundation with Lord Jesus Christ, and He is the center. And as far as my family goes, that is really what grounds me, my family, and thinking of their care and how they're taken care of. I would want my mom or my husband treated a certain way in, the hospital or in their primary care. And there's been those times that you go with them and you're like, oh my goodness, we're skipping everything just to talk about this one thing. And I feel like that is why it is my foundation. My family, I have to make sure that I treat other people like I would my own family.
I do feel like your faith has been a big change in you, since I first started, with you and everything. And I do feel like how strong you are in your faith has helped transform over into how, getting myself stronger in my own faith as well. And I've been really appreciative of how, strong you are for that.
That makes me feel so good to hear.
What was the biggest challenge for launching WeCare, other than being in Rockmart, Georgia?
So definitely fear. We all know I have a little anxiety, fear and finances. So the anxiety of it and the fear of stepping out of traditional healthcare. I had a wonderful 8-to-5 job, and I was paid well. I had no, issues with any of that. And the fear of going to where, am I going to get a paycheck? Right. Am I going to have anybody that comes in to see us? Like, is this even something that's within reach? That was one of the big things, was the fear and wanting things to be perfect and the perfect time and the perfect place. And the finance part of it, I mean, John and I both had the 8-to-5. We lived paycheck to paycheck. We were taking care of our 4 kids, and I really didn't know if I would have the finances to open it. I remember making that first order, and it was $5,000, was the first order. And I was like, how am I ever going to replenish this, And it was days that we made that $5,000 back to pay off that term. They only gave me 30 days, and it blew my mind. So in that moment, I knew we were on the right track. We had done the right thing. And as far as opening it, though, I would say I just had to learn that it didn't have to be perfect. You just got to start somewhere. Purpose over perfection.
Right. Sometimes you just have to take a risk.
Take that risk. Yes.
And it worked out so well.
Yes, it did.
What makes WeCare special to you personally?
I would definitely say transformation. So we see these patients, they come in, they're tired, they're feeling sluggish, they're just overall, I don't feel good about who I am or what I've done with my health, or even I've gained so much weight. And then we see them 3 to 6 months later, they come in, they're glowing, they are absolutely energetic and just so happy with what we've done for them. That transformation says it all. I know that you've had patients that you feel the same way, but even last night when we were at the event we were at, one of our patients walked up to me and she was like, I just want you to know that this time last year was the first time I had been out in a public place, and it was all because of you. And 1 year later, she's like, I'm here. I'm feeling myself. She's like, I am down 200 pounds. Right. Like,
That's amazing.
Was feeling incredible. And to see her glowing walking through that event last night was everything. And that was exactly why we wanted to start WeCare, for that story, even if it's just one.
I love the confidence that we can help give our clients.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely. Me too. So one big thing that I do want to say before we wrap this thing up is don't wait to start. If it's just putting your yes on the table, God can do so many things, even with a small yes, with your finances, with your family, with your faith, with your business. Just put your yes on the table and go for it.
Thank you so much for sharing WeCare's story today, Jordan.
Thank you. So that's it for the WeCare podcast. Next week, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into my story, and Molly's is coming up as well. So don't forget to
follow us on all of our socials. Have a great day.